we must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education.
Welcome to the Character Class podcast, where we share stories, solutions, and strategies for strengthening character. Here's your host, author, speaker, and character educator, Andrew Francis.
Welcome back to another episode. Character Class is now in session. Thank you for taking the time to tune in today. If this is your first time in the Character Class, let me tell you what we're all about. This is the podcast for educators, leaders, and business executives to hear stories, strategies, and practical ways to strengthen character. When writing in the Maroon Tiger, the campus newspaper of Morehouse College, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reasons that education has both a utilitarian and a moral function. He wrote, "We must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. The complete education gives one not only power of concentration, but worthy objectives upon which to concentrate. The broad education will therefore submit to one not only the accumulated knowledge of the race, but also the accumulated experience of social living. If we are not careful, our colleges will produce a group of closed-minded, unscientific, illogical propagandists consumed with immoral acts. Be careful, brethren. Be careful, teachers." Being able to reason that education is not enough, Dr. King insisted that character and moral development are necessary in order to give that critical intellect some humane purpose. So why is character important? Why should we be concerned with our own personal character development? In the book, Follow Your Conscience, Make a Difference in Your Life and in the Lives of Others by Frank Sonnenberg, there's some practical ideas that are shared. In an abbreviated article, the author gives 9 reasons why character matters. The first is that you're able to achieve peace of mind. People with character sleep well at night. They're able to take pride in knowing that their intentions and their actions are honorable, that they're in line with one another. People with character also stay true to their beliefs. They do right by others, and they always take the high ground. So even when others go low, you can go high. And that's refreshing. The second reason why character matters is because it strengthens trust. People with character enjoy meaningful relationships that are based on openness and honesty and mutual respect. When you have good moral character, people know that your behavior is reliable, your heart is in the right place, and your word is as good as gold. Third reason given is that you're able to build a solid reputation. People with character command a rock-solid reputation. This helps them attract exciting opportunities like a magnet. The fourth reason is that it reduces anxiety. People with character carry less baggage around. They're comfortable in their own skin. They accept responsibility for their own actions. They never have to play games or waste precious time keeping their stories straight, because when you tell the truth, there's nothing to remember. They don't have to invent excuses to cover their own backs. Number 5, it increases their leadership effectiveness. Leaders with character are highly effective. They have no need to pull rank or resort to command and control to get results. Instead, they're effective because they're knowledgeable, they're admired, they're trusted, and they are respected. This helps them to secure buy-in automatically without requiring egregious rules or strong oversight designed to force compliance. The next reason is that they're able to build confidence. People with character don't worry about embarrassment if their actions are publicly disclosed. This alleviates the need for damage control or the fear of potential disgrace as a result of indiscretions. Reason number 7 is that they become a positive role model. People with character set the standard of excellence. They live their life as an open book, teaching others important life lessons through their words and their deeds. Number 8, they're able to build a strong business. Doing the right thing is good business. Everything else being equal, talented people would rather work for and customers would rather buy from companies that do right by their people, by their customers, and their communities. While unprincipled business tactics may provide short-term results, it's not a long-term strategy. And number 9, they're able to live a purpose-driven life. People with character live a life they can be proud of. They're driven to make a difference and to do right by others rather than trying to impress others with extravagance. So number 1, achieve peace of mind. 2, strengthen trust. 3, build a solid reputation. 4, reduce anxiety. Number 5, increase leadership effectiveness. Number 6, build confidence. Number 7, become a positive role model. Number 8, build a strong business. And number 9, live a purpose-driven life. There was a poem that says, be careful of your thoughts, for your thoughts become your words. Be careful of your words, because your words become your deeds. Be careful of your deeds, because your deeds become your habits. Be careful of your habits, for your habits become your character. Be careful of your character, for your character becomes your destiny. And your destiny will determine your legacy. So the 10th reason I would add to this list is that you're able to leave a wonderful legacy. I attended the funeral of a friend yesterday who died in his late 30s of unknown causes, leaving behind a wife and 2 young children. As family and friends shared the impact he had on their lives, there was no question that he lived a life that modeled good character. While it was short-lived, it was well-lived, and he left a legacy that has an impact far beyond his physical presence. Your character will determine your legacy. Oprah Winfrey said that your legacy is every life you have touched. Every life you have touched. Your character is what determines the influence you will have when you walk into a room. Your character is what will determine the influence you have when you encounter someone with less power than you. Even how you interact with a cashier at a local grocery store is a reflection of your character. It is those around you that can witness and notice. They are also impacted, and they also become a part of your legacy. Character matters because it determines who you are, how you will live, and the impact that will remain when you die. In the long run, doing the right thing is the clear path to both success and happiness. When I was a sophomore in high school, I was having one of those bad days. It was one of those days where there was only but so much teasing and laughs you could take, and I had had enough. Then this girl who I thought was a friend of mine joined in, and I lost it. And I verbally lashed out at her and put her in her place. She was crushed, but I felt justified. When I was confronted about the incident by a mutual friend of ours, I told my side of the story, expecting her to side with me. But her response floored me. She expressed her disappointment in my reaction and put me in my place with 7 simple words. But that is not who you are. But that is not who you are. With that well-deserved rebuke, I made an intentional effort not to become someone I would regret being despite the circumstances around me. Too often, we look for that out in our situation so that we can do the thing that we know that we're not supposed to do, because that's not who we are. But the good news is that our character can change. We have an opportunity every day to develop our characters. Our past does not have to solidify our future, but our future can only be affected by our present. With that being said, I have a character challenge for you this week. The character challenge is for you to notice your character in the moment. When you pass the janitor, do you say hello? When a coworker rubs you the wrong way, do you snap at them or brush it off? Do you attack the issue and not the person? Even when you're driving, does your character show through then? Our legacy is a byproduct of our character. And the journey into making our character stronger begins with just one step. I would love to hear your observations, and you can send a note or you can tag us on Facebook and Instagram at Character Class, one word, or on Twitter at character_class, or simply email us at podcast@thecharacterclass.com. Share your story with us and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Follow us online and join in on the conversation. And a reminder for you that all of our references from today's podcast can be accessed over on our show notes. Until next time, remember that character can change the world.
Thank you for listening to the Character Class podcast. You can follow the Character Class on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you've not already, go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Join us next week for another Character Class podcast.